Hello everyone, are you finding it challenging to keep up to date with the fast-paced world of cryptocurrency? Do you find yourself binge watching YouTube videos, browsing through Twitter and constantly checking your portfolio? Now there are three very common investments that are in the top investors' portfolios, but they are not in yours. My name's Tyrell, CEO of Interstellar Ventures, and I'm here to guide you through the fundamentals of investment strategy. This way you can focus on growing your business and reaping the rewards for your efforts instead of spending all your time trying to grow your portfolio. As somebody who has invested in over 40 startups and managed a 8-figure investment portfolio, I've seen how having a limited understanding of this can lead to some huge missed opportunities and poor decision making. That's why I'll be sharing with you some practical and real-world examples to equip you with the essential techniques and skills required to make responsible decisions as an investor. This entire program is completely free, and I'm not here to sell you a thing or leave you hanging at the end of this video for some 997 offer. To be honest, I don't need the money, and I genuinely believe that investing is one of the only games where it is not give and take for any relationship. You can literally give, and eventually you will get stuff in return. So whether you're an experienced investor or you're just starting, by the end of this video you'll have a very clear understanding to make more informed decisions in the crypto space. So without further ado, let's begin. First, we're going to discuss the potential advantages and fully transparent risks of investing in crypto. Crypto has become very popular in recent years due to the very high potential returns you can make. Quite frankly, I believe that these returns are non-existent in any other industry. Please show me an industry, because I would love to invest where you can make a potentially 1000x return. It sounds crazy, but multiple crypto projects have done this in the past, and if you go through my program a little bit more, you'll see some examples of projects that have done this. However, crypto has very high volatility, meaning your investment value can fluctuate significantly. A prime example of this is Michael Saylor, who accumulated a $1 billion position at the time of making this video. Now his position has only just become profitable, and actually it's going into a loss right now, and his average buy range is about 28k, which means he's been balancing at a loss or break even for over a year, and he's been ridiculed for this position size. However, as we all know, over time this will be a ridiculous profit, and people will be applauding him for this position in the future. So it's important to have a long-term mindset and understand that you could be underwater for a long time for your investments. Now another great point that we like to consider is market timing, and this is a crucial factor when investing into crypto. Due to the high fluctuations and volatility, timing your investment can be so significant. I'm personally managing somebody's portfolio who has joined a 1-to-1. They paid 10k up front and they asked me to manage their portfolio. Now I don't usually do this, but I was thinking of offering this as a different service. PS, I'm not selling anybody, so if you DM me asking for this service, I'm not going to give it to you, but this is an example. Right? He runs a business, he runs a small agency doing about 20k per month, and he was asking me, okay, how much are we going to be investing every single month? And I said to him, I want you to just deposit USDT every single month, but with my expertise, we're not going to be actually investing until May. So he joined in March, and we're now accumulating a large amount of USDT ready for May, and probably June, July we'll accumulate large positions. The reason is because you have the saying, sell in May and walk away. So the market will crash in May and then we'll start to enter. We always want to enter when people are selling, and it's important to time your entries when people are giving away their crypto. Now, to save yourself the stress, we recommend adopting a long-term approach and investing in a diversified portfolio to minimize your risk. Now, diversification is essential when investing in crypto. It basically involves spreading your investment across a basket of different currencies, sectors, and building cash flow assets. By diversifying your portfolio, you can reduce your exposure to individual risks and increase your chances of obtaining better returns. This means when you're in profit, instead of holding the bag like a moon boy and being misled by Twitter, look to take profits into cash flow assets like buying small businesses and investing in residential property. Now, personally, this isn't a recommendation at all. I do believe that property and stocks and bonds and anything of the sort is a wealth vehicle for storing assets. It's not necessarily a vehicle to build wealth, right? You want to build wealth in risky businesses, things that are high risk, where you can take a little bit of cash and potentially turn it into a lot. But you don't need to invest loads of your exposure into crypto. You can just put a few $100 there, a few $1,000 there into these assets that could 10x or 100x, right? And completely make you 100 grand from $1,000, right? Not financial advice. Now, it's just something that I've done in the past. You guys can go have a look at the case studies, whatever. You can see I've turned $1,000 into $100,000 multiple times in different cryptocurrencies. And that is a very low risk of my monthly income. Now, I don't think it is fair that people preach that you can build wealth, especially fast or efficiently in property, for example, by having a diversified property portfolio at the start. But it's very hard for somebody that is only earning about 10k or 20k per month to hop into the property market, come up with a diversified property portfolio and become a millionaire in 3 to 5 years. However, if you are a specialist in that industry and you only focus in that industry, then yeah, of course, you can build wealth. You can build wealth selling farts in a jar if you just solely specialize at selling farts in a jar, right? However, in the crypto space, you don't need to be an expert at crypto. This is where it makes sense now, right? You don't have to be an expert at crypto. You can just watch a few videos like these, follow a simple strategy, and just consistently dollar cost average into the market. You don't even have to check your portfolio, to be honest. And one day you'll hit a Shiba or a Dogecoin or I think there's a coin called PP now, and you'll make 100x, right? It's not rocket science. Now, for newbies, we have some expert insights for you. I personally think that AI continues to grow as an asset in this space and will have significant gains in the near future. We personally have invested in gaming projects before, which have done a 40 to a 100x for our investors. And I remember everybody calling me crazy for picking up investments like this when nobody was bullish about the market. And then what happened is Facebook became Meta, every single altcoin in the gaming space exploded, and we look like geniuses. Believe me, guys, I am not a genius, right? I failed all my GCSEs. I can barely spell because I just type so fast because I'm doing so many things. But one thing I am is I'm confident about myself and I can see opportunities where other people don't. If you see on the news or you see on social media that something is growing, then don't worry about anybody else's opinions, jump in there. And I feel like AI is on that route, right? The hypes came, now it's on the way down. People are, you know how humans are, we can't focus on things for more than a few months. Now it's going down. This is the perfect time to start looking at AI projects. I have a feeling that the first companies to successfully implement AI, especially the GPT language, into DeFi will become some ridiculous unicorn businesses, making for some lucrative and quite frankly ludicrous investments. I'm talking 1000x gains can come from this type of industry. The reason is because DeFi doesn't sleep, it always runs, and GPT is a language where it basically has super intelligence. And if you put the two together, then it means that this will constantly be able to optimize in the DeFi landscape, and it will be ridiculous. Now, don't worry, if you don't know about DeFi, all that stands for is decentralized finance. So you should definitely keep up with these videos if you don't know about DeFi, because we'll explain that in all these videos. Now, full transparency, this will come with a rise of copycat scams. That's why it's important that we have a section to help you conduct your due diligence. You should be able to see that in the list of programs, because you will need to be able to determine which projects actually have the right technology, use case and team to perform this task, and which guys are just trying to leverage this AI era, make a quick buck, rug, and run off with everybody's money. Now, the next thing we look out for is human psychology, and we believe that human psychology leads the market, and investor behavior is a huge factor that affects the crypto market. The market can experience massive fluctuations due to investor sentiment. We're currently seeing that recently when Twitter added Dogecoin to their website. So Twitter added Dogecoin, as soon as you logged in you can see Dogecoin, and what happened? Dogecoin pumped instantly. So you can see that market sentiment is based on human psychology, and it's crucial to monitor these factors and adjust your investments accordingly. Now, let's let's move on to the different types of investment opportunities you can make. I wanted to save this to the middle of the video for you guys that are concentrating, because this is the secret to the ultra rich. So if you want to know, how do these influencers get rich? How do these venture capitalists get rich? Why is it that these guys are making 300x gains when I can only see that I've only made a 10x? What's adding up? Well, they invested before you and they took more risk. And how they did it, well, I'm about to explain. Let's start off with ICOs. These are initial coin offerings. Now, ICOs are fundraising method used by projects to raise capital by issuing a new cryptocurrency in exchange for old cryptocurrencies. You can invest into a project's ICO in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDT. They've been around since 2013, with the first ICO being conducted by Mastercoin, now called Omni. One of the earliest and most successful ICOs was conducted back by the Ethereum network in 2014. The ICO raised a whopping, wait for it, $18 million, providing crucial funding for the development of the Ethereum platform and the native cryptocurrency Ether. However, not all ICOs have been successful, and most of them fail within the first 3 years. Actually, if you look at CoinMarketCap, every 3 years, all of these tokens tend to change and most of them fail. ICOs have a very high failure rate when it comes to the investment space. Now, when considering investing into ICO, it's important to conduct thorough research on the project, the team behind it, and the technology being developed. And if you want to learn about due diligence, you can check out the next module. Now, next we have IEOs. Now, IEOs are similar to ICOs, but they take place on the exchange like Bybit and Binance and even on KuCoin. And there's limited spots, and you'll be relying on the exchange's reputation and the security measures that they have in space. To be honest, IEOs are great, but there's a strategy for this, and what you guys should definitely be writing down is that in a bull market, invest in every single IEO. And I mean every single IEO. Like, don't even overcomplicate it. Anything that is launching on a platform that has volume and they are offering an IEO, whether they're giving you $50, $10, $20, $100, $200 allocation in that project, get yourself in there, because you'll be making 10x, 20x gains on autopilot. I met a guy, no cap, strike me down if I'm lying, that made over $60 million investing in just this strategy. He just invests in every single launchpad project that launched, whether that was on Paid Network, PokerStarter, Bybit, Binance, KuCoin, whatever. He invested in every single one, and that was his sole strategy, and he made over $60 million. And he's probably going to be watching this video, so yeah, shout out you, my bro. Next, we have initial DEX offerings. These are IDO, another type of cryptocurrency opportunity. IDOs take place on decentralized exchange platforms, allowing users to participate in providing liquidity to the token's trading pair. One of the most notable IDOs in recent years was conducted by the decentralized platform called Uniswap. You might have heard of that, right? In 2020, Uniswap introduced its native token Uni through an IDO, allowing users to participate by providing a small amount of liquidity to their token trading pair. And don't quote me on this, but I'm fairly sure that that IDO also did over 100x. Finally, there are private sales, what you guys have definitely been waiting for. Private sales offer better deals but have limited spots, high competition, and often long lockup periods known as vesting schedules. Therefore, it's essential to go through research on the project and the team behind it and look at the roadmap. Now, private sales are a world of their own. I want to show people how you get access to private sales, how you get access to exclusive deal flow, because this is genuinely life-changing for some people. I've met people that just had a 9-to-5 and they just knew somebody that was into crypto. They gave them a $1,000 allocation in some Binance listing project that did 100x, and then after that, Bob's your uncle. The game's the game, right? If you do a 100x on $1,000, that's 100k. Let's say you imaginary pull it out, not all obviously vesting periods and whatnot. Then after that, you can really start to build up a portfolio with this. And I know some people that only invest into private sales. Now, what you guys can do is, when we talk about diversification, you can invest in IEOs, IDOs, right? ICOs. You can also invest into private sales and create a diversified portfolio around that. I consider my portfolio very diversified or very high risk, as it's inside of the crypto space. It means I have a huge chance of upside, and my downside isn't that bad, but yeah, it's still risky. So now that's explained, I want to move on to possibly one of the most important parts when considering investing into any of these things, and that is the market condition. If you analyze the market and you see that we're in a bear market, this is the time to be collecting your investments for ICOs and private sales. It's not the time to be trying to invest on something that's launching on an exchange, for example. The reason is because that project is going to get listed straight to the exchange. The exchange is going to have no volume and you're not going to make no money. However, if you invest into a private sale, these projects usually take 6 to 8 months to launch on average, depending on the market, of course. And they also tend to have the ability to hold off on a launch and wait for the market to be bullish. So you might invest into a project and they can see that, hold on a sec, the market isn't bullish right now. So we're going to change our tokenomics a little bit and we're going to delay launch and wait for the market to be bullish. That's okay for an investor. It's better for you to wait than it is for you to launch in a market where nobody wants to buy anything. Now, it's very similar in terms of ICOs as well. A lot of times projects, if they're launching on Paid Network or PokerStar or something like that, they can also delay launch there, or even PokerStar and Paid Network can say to them like, hold on a sec, we're going to delay launch a little bit. Now, I hope that helps you understand everything that you need to know about the difference between ICOs, IEOs, IDOs, private sales, and how you can create a diversified portfolio around this industry. If you would like to know more about this specific topic, or you'd like me to dig deeper into anything, please let me know and I will create some more deeper webinars. I also want to create tutorials and everything of the sort to help you guys as much as I possibly can. Now, I hope this video enlightened you a little bit, and check out the next video where we'll be talking all about due diligence and how you can tell the good apples from the bad apples in the crypto space.